When we talk about what habits, food habits people in the blue zones have, it's also important to expand that idea to what they also drink, because that can be a huge number of calories every day. It's a high percentage of what we ingest is liquid form, so it's important to pay attention to that too. And there seems to be a theme across the blue zones, the 5 locations in the world with the least incidence of disease and the most long-lived people past 100 years old. The beverages seem to be real similar. So there's 4 categories that seem to be wonderful. You probably won't be surprised that the first one is water. And I don't necessarily mean bottled water. It can be bottled water, but just water. And it can be with bubbles or without, or still, or fizzy. So just regular water, but also any kind of plain fizzy water is also great. So Perrier, San Pellegrino, anything like that, tonic water is generally okay too. But now there's so many other ways that you can drink water to make it more exciting. So there's things like this where they actually just add fruit flavoring to the water. So it doesn't add any calories, there's no regular sugar, there's no artificial sweetener, it's just fruit flavored water. So this is one of my favorites. I love the taste of these. But there's also lots of fizzy water options that have flavors added too. So let's talk about something like this first, which is just kind of the same idea. It's fizzy water with flavoring added. This is a slightly different option. This is a spindrift, where they take fizzy water and add a very, very tiny amount of real fruit juice, raspberries or limes or lemons. And so it's not 0 calories, but it's essentially, it's very low. So this whole can has 9 calories, but again, no added sugar and no added sugar substitutes like NutraSweet or anything like that, which I think is ideal. This is a dry sparkling Rainier Cherry. I think the brand is Dry Sparkling, and it's just got a little bit of cane sugar in it. It's 60 calories, so we're going up in calories a little bit, and then some natural flavor. Izzy, which is sparkling water beverage, which is only 10 calories, which is carbonated water, organic cane sugar, but not very much because only 10 calories, and then natural flavors. And then something like Juice Squeeze, which is going to actually have more calories because it's fizzy water and a more significant amount of fruit juice. So it's 150 calories, but it's just fizzy water, and then like grape juice and pink grapefruit juice and lemon juice. So lots of options for water or fizzy water. And of course, anything that you made at home, like fruit infused water, herb infused water. If you did fizzy water at home and you put any kind of, even a little bit of fruit juice in it, or a little bit of iced coffee or something in it to give it a little bit of flavor, that would be great too. So it doesn't need to be packaged stuff. That's just what I had to show you for examples today. So category 1, water. Category 2 is actually coffee. But there's a few things we need to say about that. It's coffee with very little added. So ideally black coffee, which I know isn't everybody's jam, but maybe a little bit of cream and a little bit of sugar, but not the extravagant things we do to coffee at coffee drive-thrus, like by adding half and half or whipping cream or 6 or 8 pumps of syrup to go with our coffee. So it's the coffee itself, which is a plant food, and it's not really surprising that it's healthy for us. It's plant food seems to be the theme, and coffee beans are a plant food. Ideally, not much added to it. It certainly could be cold, iced, cold brew, hot, espresso, anything like that. We should probably talk about caffeine. It's generally agreed that about 400 milligrams of caffeine a day is a reasonable amount for healthy adults that don't have anything else going on. That would be approximately 3 8-ounce cups of coffee. It depends on so many things, French press and all that, how it's brewed. However, there's certain people that shouldn't drink caffeine. So me saying coffee is a healthy beverage means as long as it's healthy for you individually too. So if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, it's recommended to not have caffeine. If you're taking certain medications that can interact with caffeine, there's certain medications that you would be told not to have caffeine with. If you have high blood pressure or a racing heart, sometimes physicians will ask you to stay away from caffeine in those situations. And there's some other health issues or health conditions too that you should be cautious with. But in general, for healthy adults that don't go over 400 milligrams a day, coffee is a lovely choice. Category 3 is green tea, and again, it could be iced or hot. There's so many options. Bagged green tea. They have a really nice bagged green tea at Costco that I think tastes really, really good. There's also, you could make your own, certainly iced green tea. You can make your own hot green tea with loose tea or tea bags, but they also have some bottled products that are iced green tea. And ideally, those that you choose would be unsweetened. So it wouldn't be iced green tea with a bunch of added high fructose corn syrup or sugar. It would just be the green tea, which I think, I drink green tea unsweetened, hot and cold, and I just find the grassy flavor of it so appealing, and I feel like that goes away when we add too much sugar. So I love just the raw plain taste of green tea. There's certainly caffeine in green tea, so the same guidelines would apply as I was talking about with coffee. There's just a little bit less caffeine in green tea. And then the last category, so we had water, coffee, green tea. The last category is wine, which might make you happy to see. This is a 5-ounce glass. And the recommendation for wine is no more than 2 glasses a day. And that kind of depends on who you ask. For the blue zones, they're saying no more than 2 glasses a day. For in the United States, our health recommendations say no more than 2 glasses a day for men, but no more than 1 glass a day for women. And so you might want to think about the size of your wine glass if you partake. And also there's some significant concerns with that too. Pregnant and breastfeeding people should not be drinking alcohol of any kind, so no wine. Certain medications are not okay with alcohol, and certain health situations or conditions are not okay with alcohol, depending, or certainly if you have any history of alcohol abuse. So these guidelines are for generally healthy people, but then kind of apply them to your own personal situation for what makes sense. So just to recap, the healthy beverages common across the blue zones with so water, fizzy or regular, coffee with not a lot in it and not going over the caffeine recommendations, green tea, also being mindful of caffeine, and wine and being mindful of portion and frequency, and then any special situations unique to you.